Inspire Magazine is here at the Black Women in Media Conference, and they just finished up an amazing panel of women in different areas of media. And we have here,
Ayesha K. Faines.
Yes, thank you so much. So let us know, how was it being on this panel discussion? Based on the type of questions that the women in the audience asked, it was very, very intense.
Yeah, it's really interesting being a Black woman in media because we are at the intersection of racism and sexism, and a lot of times the media plays a role in perpetuating both. So Black women have like a double duty, in their storytelling. So, and they also have a very unique experience. So I'm just really honored to be here because I think that bringing people like this together, journalists, established journalists, veterans, people on the up and up, people who are just trying to get their feet wet, it's really important. And that panel was great for me. I mean, because I was sitting there with like giants, like Arthur, you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying you are one too. Let's not.
Thank you. But it was like, Arthur Neville and Cynthia Horner, sharing their stories in the battlefield. It was just very inspiring to be in the room on that stage.
Yeah, and I think too, I want you to tell the audience a little bit about your experience.
Absolutely. So I started the traditional way. I started at CNBC when I was still in college. Then I got out. I started working on air in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, which will always be second home to me. And then I came up here. I did some on-air work, off-camera work, and I was still in traditional media. And then I got to a point where I knew that I had to make a decision about whether or not I really wanted to stay in news. And I knew that I loved speaking to people. I loved telling stories, but I did not love the newsroom. And I had to figure that out. And so what I ended up doing eventually is creating Women Love Power, which is my platform. I still write, I still speak, I still use all the skills that I would use if I was a journalist, but right now I'm helping women understand and tap into their power and wield that power in relationships and in the world. And I'm helping women discover the ways that things we do and what we believe really compromise their power, hookup culture, et cetera, giving the world a different perspective and a different way of looking at the way we do things.
I'm so astonished by all of that. So motivating. And we're doing one thing, and that led you to something that became your passion. Yeah. So that's one thing I want people to know, that sometimes we can start a profession, right? But we'll get the tools and skills, and we'll just get like that intuition feeling to just start doing something else.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, I think one of the big themes of today was there's some people who are sort of like, do your own thing. If it's not satisfying, create your own platform because we can. And then there are other people who are like, you have to be in the room, you have to be present. And there's sort of the two schools of thought. And I guess they're both right. But at the end of the day, if you have a vision, I think someone said, it's your vision. You were given that vision for a reason, and it's your responsibility to follow that vision through. And I, at some point, realized that what I was saying and the way I saw the world and the way I saw everyday things and matters that involve women was different from the discussion that was going on beyond me. And that when I spoke, people were listening. And I said, why am I here telling stories about the price of gas that, here today, gone tomorrow, when I've been given this insight that, if I don't use it, I might lose it.
Right.
So, I mean, that's my journey for me, and I think for everyone, it's different. But at the end of the day, once you get that vision, I really do believe it's your responsibility to follow it.
Wow, that says a lot about you, your brand, and where you've come, Ayesha, and we thank you so much. Tell our audience, where can they find you, follow along, and continue to support you?
Awesome. My website is womenlovepower.com. Cannot forget that. My Instagram and Twitter and Facebook is Ayesha K Faines. It's Ayesha Kfaines. Also have an Instagram for Women Love Power, and my YouTube, Women Love Power, is very sassy and motivating as well.
Awesome. Utilizing all platforms. I hear that. Yes. Well, we're going to wrap it up, and thank you so much again for your time.
My pleasure.
Again, it's Inspire Magazine, and we're here at the Black Women in Media Conference.